Hello everyone and welcome back to another Universe Sandbox video, and welcome to over 2 billion years in the future right now as viewed from the Earth. The Sun is a very large red giant, as you can see, and the Earth is no more. As you can see, it is lost in the glare of the absolute monster that is the red giant Sun. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be sort of curating the future of the solar system, or a potential future. We're going to colonise some moons, kind of make things up to spec for how they could be in the future. I've been meaning to do this video for absolutely ages, but the game and the Sun have been playing up a bit, so I've got the Sun to the best I can get it. I have lowered the temperature a little less than it should be for visual purposes. Other than that, I've got, luminosity, radius, and all that, roughly where I want it for this video as well. So, not, take it with a grain of salt, for realism. But, the colour and stuff, I want it to be sort of this, so we can actually view it with the habitable zone and the grid properly, so it's not too blinding. So, red giant Sun. Here's our solar system in the far future at the moment. So, as you can see, the Sun is enormous. If we go to, say, Sedna, one of the very far away objects, even from Sedna's view, the Sun is looking like an absolute monster. So, Sedna receiving light, even at Sedna's distance, it's still pretty dim here. But if we look up in the sky, where's that Sun? Where are we? Oh, there you go. Yeah, look at that. So even from the distance of Sedna, the Sun is looking pretty menacing, despite it being pretty dark here. I mean, if we turn the goggles off and on, I'm sure Sedna, was it going to get more lit up? Or yeah, there you go. That's a little better. But with the goggles off, the Sun has its real glare. So there's your comparison. But yeah, we've got to have it with it just looks better. So yeah, Sedna receiving light as well. So even the furthest reaches getting that sunlight. So we'll have a quick tour of the inner solar system first, as there's not really much to show here. The Earth, 500 Celsius plus. It's a pretty big wreck. As you can see, I've already pre-made the Earth for the video, so it's not looking great. It's an absolute carcass of a world that once had a harbouring life conditions. There's no atmosphere left. The atmosphere's been stripped away on it. It is completely at the Sun's mercy at the moment. Moving on to Mars, pretty much the same deal as Earth. It's a very hot, airless desert. So if we go ahead and land on the surface, of course, it's a little further than the Earth from the Sun. So if we look around, the Sun is still a pretty big object in the sky there. I mean, the Martian surface been absolutely scorched to oblivion as well, like the Earth's. So not looking great for Mars. Towards the asteroid belt, I mean, all the asteroid belts are in the same pot as well. Ultra hot here. 200 plus at Ceres here. There you go. But I haven't run the simulation much. I only ran it for, it's only 2038. So I haven't ran it very far. So things will change as we run the sim as well in this future. So Ceres maybe could change, but if we get a view of the Sun from Ceres, the red giant Sun, remember Ceres is a lot further out than Mars is. So there you go. You can actually catch it all in one, catch the whole object in one glimpse there. But still, either way, the Sun, absolute monster size still, even from Ceres. There it is there. Getting blocked out in the cover of it. Yeah, there you go. If we zoom it in, actually, we'll probably get quite a cool visual. Look at that. Oh yeah. Try and get it absolutely perfect. But there you go. Quite a cool view nonetheless behind the little series. So there we are. But yeah, our main focus today is going to be on the Jupiter and Saturn systems and their moons and how they could be appearing. So we have a bit of customization around them. So let's go to it. So Jupiter right now, currently in the 80 degrees mark. But the moons have all been reset for the video, so we can see as they progress. So yeah, even Jupiter in the high 80 degrees. Oh, gas giant. So first of all, Io is going to be our first one to look at. Of course, a world of the materials it has. I think this thing's going to get pretty hot. Hotter surface temperature, any hidden gases or elements that have been frozen for a long period of time, now they're receiving enough temperature to warm up. I think a lot of that composition could build Io a very toxic atmosphere, and it could be almost like a miniature Venus with very thick, nasty sulfuric acid. It's still, it's already, Io in the present day already gets a lot of pressure from the big almighty Jupiter behind, but with a red giant Sun warming it up as well, the conditions here are probably going to be pretty nasty. So let's speed up time a bit. Let's see how it behaves. Let's put it straight to 0 degrees. That'll give it a kickstart. Let's see how Io progresses. I mean, if we have a look at its composition here, so yeah, the sulfur dioxide, I feel like that is going to build quite the nasty atmosphere around Io. So let's just do a few rotations around Jupiter here. There you go. And see how this will start to warm up. And let's just put it straight to, say, 30. Let's see how it goes at 30. And that will definitely get those, I'm sure that sulfur is going to, you can see it's already liquefied. All the stuff that was frozen. So, oh, look at it. Oh, it's red. Oh, that that does look cool. Is it generated an atmosphere? It looks like it is. It is generated an atmosphere. So let's have a look down here. So where are we? So there you go. It is building an atmosphere on Io. Now, technically, you know, the game, it's not probably got the exact composition that Io has, so take this again with a grain of salt. But, you know, for the fantasy and fun of it, we're going to see how this does. And the other moons are probably all converting at the same time, so we can have a quick view at the others. Europa. So it's still cold. It takes a bit of time for these guys to warm up, so good thing we boosted Io, so they're all frozen still. So, yeah, Io is the main focus for now. The Galilean moon, so we can see the atmosphere is being built. Of course, we can make it look a little nicer with some customization. But either way, I don't think the atmosphere here is going to look very pretty. So we'll give it a... It's going to give it an orange kind of appearance. I think I'm going to lower this down a bit. Give it the proper... Maybe even more of the negative red side of the ray light, actually. That would be quite cool. Minus 33. How about that? Well, a world of sulfuric clouds. I think we're going to need some pretty nasty looking clouds. Maybe because of the volcanism, we're going to go with black clouds. Let's go with a sort of thick appearance cloud set for Io. A world that is really going to be tortured by the red giant, plus the power of Jupiter all pulling it as well, and the extra heat from the sun. I think Io is going to be a real hellish world by this design at the moment. So let's just have a little cheeky view of how we're doing. So there we go, down onto the surface of Io now with a built-up atmosphere of those materials. So there is your sun in one side, and then the other side you have Jupiter. Quite the view, quite the view. Look at that. Let's turn off all that stuff. You see you can see the sulfuric, atmospheric, volcanic clouds. You got the sun there. Quite a cool view. Very cool view. There you go. So let's try and get some really cool sort of cinematic shots. Maybe I'll do like a cinematic video of this after as well. This could be quite a cool video actually, just having cinematic shots of going around the planet and stuff. So again, let's have a little look. This could be a cool view. Let's see how we do it here. Try and get the planet and the sun in the view at the same time. So there's your sun, and there's Jupiter. Oh yeah, look at that. That's cool. Hey, there's a cool view. There you are. So again, if you want to see it with the goggles off, nowhere near as exciting. What's that over there? You can see a little blob on the sun. Maybe that's one of the inner planets or something. But there you go. That is the cool view of it. There you go. Oh, this is cool. Oh yeah, look at that. We're going to get an eclipse. Red giant eclipse. Can Jupiter cover the red giant? Let's find out. It looks like it can. Hey. Oh, that is cool. Whoa, the red giant. Look how menacing it looks. Whoa. There you go. What a view that was. That was brilliant. And there you go. Jupiter in the brightness of the sun as well. Wow, that is an awesome view. And there you are. Very, very cool. I like that. That is an awesome view. So there's your red giant. Jupiter. So Io really building up the cool appearance. There you go. Let's continue speeding up time. I don't know how hot it will go. I mean, is it going to go higher than... It's sure it's going to go higher than that. But while Io is cooking, quite literally, let's move on to the next moon, Europa. Obviously a world of frozen ice. So if we put it straight to 0, give it a little boost, of course. I believe that ice, it's not going to be so solid no more. And as we look almost instantly, you can start to see patches on the surface there appear. So Europa as well. Be having quite the excitement here, as this is a world that potentially could be a nice place to live. So let's see how this plays out. So there we are. And meanwhile, while this is all going, the other moons, even the Saturn moons, are probably warming up as well. So when we get to them, we should have quite the spectacle to view. So here we are. So Europa again warming up nicely. Currently at 4 degrees, so the ice still got some time to melt. Of course, we can play at the sea level and stuff as well once it really gets going, because this thing's gonna be the whole ocean world. Let's see if it's building an atmosphere. I mean, what composition does Universe Sandbox give Europa? So it's got water. Does it have anything to build an atmosphere though? That is the question. It looks like it's got some kind of atmosphere on it, probably from like water vapor. There you go. So it's building an atmosphere. Okay, nice. So of course we can obviously customize it up a bit, give it a nice bluish shade. I think it'll probably do it pretty good justice actually. There you go. So the blue, obviously the red giant sun, not emitting as much white light, more of the reddish colour in the game, so it does make the view look a little different. But yeah, there's the proper view of how it would look in the corner there. So very nice as well. Looking very, very good. So there we go. Clouds. I mean, I'm sure it would have some. Let's give it a nice nice place to be. Maybe stormy. I mean, it is near Jupiter. Obviously, I'm sure the power of Jupiter could cause some upset on Europa, so maybe some storms, so get that atmosphere going. But again, we want to see that water melt. That is our main purpose here, so let's just let time play out. So while Europa's cooking up as well, there we go. Let's put the trails on so we can actually see where everyone is. So we'll give Europa a nice, while we're here. It's going to be blue. Io, it's going to stay with yellow, but more of a bright yellow. Still looking very good. There you go. Looking very nice. There we go. Oh, yep, Jupiter. Oh, bit of lag there. That Jupiter always causes lag, the modded one. Let's go ahead and throw a save in as well while we're doing this as well. Got that all pre-made for us. So there we go. So 41 degrees at Io now. Still getting pretty warm there. Okay, how's the other two doing? Callisto, Ganymede, they're slowly warming up as well. 80, minus 80, Callisto, minus 65. What's Callisto's composition? Carbon dioxide? Really? I'm not sure that's quite right. I don't know if there is any theoretical carbon. Is there? Maybe there is. I mean, who knows? Well, we don't have, obviously, full perfect things, but Universe Sandbox seems to think it has carbon dioxide. Well, maybe that'll make it into like a Venus-like moon. I mean, I don't know how that's going to play out, but it could be interesting. So, there we go. Europa, again, warming up. Should start to see some oceans appear on the surface now. I mean, it's probably just the sea level gauge. We probably just need to turn it up manually. So where are we? Sea level. Oh, it's very low, isn't it? Oh, yeah, let's do... there you go. Yeah, there you go. Very good. Turn that sea level up, Europa. I mean, the whole thing's going to be melted, so I think it needs to be completely full. Snow and ice, that will eventually disappear. We'll give it a nice sort of light blue ocean as well. Why not? Could be nice. There you go. A nice sort of white blue atmosphere or ocean there to go with its nice atmosphere. So Europa, looking like a pretty present place. Let's go ahead and have a little cheeky surface view under here. So, of course, oh yeah, there you are. Looks like Jupiter's about to give us an eclipse as well, so we've come at a good time. Let's slow things down. Press play. There you are. Jupiter. Oh, that's a cool view, isn't it? There you go. Look at all the clouds spinning around as well. So the old Europa, once frozen, now liquefying. About to have an eclipse as well. Very, very cool. Let's continue the speed a bit more. Having it a few minutes here. Jupiter. We're going to get the full eclipse. There you go. Maybe not from this view of Europa, but there you are. Nonetheless, still a cool view. But remember, the sun is so large that maybe only Io can get the full eclipse because the sun is dwarfing Jupiter's size. The further out we go from the planet, the harder it would be to get a full eclipse, technically. So there you are. But either way, a cool view of the gas giant in the sky there. So while Europa warming up, becoming a nice place to be. So oh, there goes Ganymede in the distance as well. How are we doing over here? Let's check things out. Let's speed up time a bit. Let's actually really get this party started. Again, let's put Ganymede to 0 now. We're ready to work on it. So Ganymede contains water. Supposedly an underwater ocean here as well as Europa. So Ganymede, in theory, could build some nice conditions as well. Let's really run this simulation a bit. Let's see how we do. There we go. Ganymede's warming up into the positives. Look at that. Ganymede. What's Ganymede? What does Universe Sandbox give Ganymede? Water, oxygen, silica, iron. Okay. It's the only moon with a magnetic field. Maybe that magnetic field could come in key. You can see the atmosphere is being built as well. Look at ATM. Slowly building. Very nice. How hot will it go? Oh, looks like you... Whoa! Ganymede. What's going on here? 70 degrees? How hot's Io? 47. Really? Europa 20. Look at Europa. Fantastic. Naturally evolved to 25 without us doing anything other than just increasing the sea level. Very cool. Callisto, how are we doing over here? So we haven't really... 51. Maybe that carbon dioxide has come to haunt. What's going on here? Ooh. What's all this? Look at all that. Ooh. Now that must be... Is that the... Sulfur dioxide is liquid turned into gas. So it's got sulfur dioxide on it as well, Callisto? Does it? Well, Universe Sandbox thinks it does, so we'll roll with it. I mean, remember, this is a potential future. So, yeah, we're rolling with it. But, you know, we're trying to base it off, realistic kind of measures. So we'll try and keep it roughly in tar. But there you go. So you can see carbon dioxide and stuff on Callisto. Is it really going to be... I don't know if Callisto's quite like that, I have to say. I may have to neuter that a bit. I don't think that's... I'm not sure that's quite correct. But Universe Sandbox is making it into a Venus Callisto when you warm it up with all the composition it has. That's very... I mean, maybe, we don't know what stuff's below that surface. It could, in theory, have trapped gases, trapped elements and stuff. As soon as they warm up, it's free game, really, isn't it? So, Callisto, potentially, has some hidden elements under there. Ganymede, how are we doing? 98 at Ganymede? Really? Why? So it's got a... What's the atmosphere? So, 0.1 ATM. See, it's got a sea level. What's the albedo? So... 32%. Not sure why this thing's so hot. 100 there. Very interesting. Can't really find a reason why it would be so hot, Ganymede there. Thought Ganymede and Callisto would have been the colder of the two moons, but maybe not. So Ganymede warming up into the 100 plus. Even Io hasn't received that. I mean, that's very bizarre. So that's got water on its surface though, but you know, I'm gonna modify that. I think that should be a little cooler. I don't think that should be as hot as the others, I have to say. So what we're gonna do? So it's built itself an atmosphere. Very nice. Clouds. I mean, give it some clouds. Why not? There you go. But I don't think Ganymede's going to be as good as Europa for the ocean. So I think Ganymede, in theory, just needs to be cooler. So I mean, the atmosphere is only 0.180. What's the? Let's lower these down. Let's put it to 1 atmosphere layer. That'll hopefully cool it down a bit. Is it going to cool it down? Come on, Ganymede. So atmosphere's still building. That's really weird. I'm not sure. I don't really have a exclamation of why Ganymede's so hot. We'll give it a bit more albedo. Yeah, make it a little more reflective. There you are, Ganymede. Sure, that'll help him out a bit. Where are we on the zone at the moment? So okay, so Ganymede's now in the green, so hopefully that'll cool things down a bit, chill it off a bit. There you go. But for now, we'll give it a maybe a bluish trail. There you are, Ganymede. Then Callisto, the world of Venus-like conditions of all of a sudden a very, very interesting thing. I don't think it'll be that wild. I'm going to wipe the floor with that carbon dioxide. I don't think it should be having that much personally, but there we go. I'm gonna eliminate that. And the sulfur as well. I don't think it should be having as much as it's got. So I'm going to remove a lot of that. I don't agree. I don't think it should have that much. Could be wrong, but yeah, I don't think that's necessarily right. I don't think Callisto has that much hidden stuff. It would build an atmosphere that thick, I have to say. But again, there could be hidden stuff under the surface. But you know, going by current sort of knowledge and theories, I haven't seen any theory saying that Callisto would warm up like that. So I'm gonna stick my gut on that one. So Callisto, I've nerfed it. Still increased in temperature though, but yeah, not necessarily having the atmosphere, because I think Callisto is quite dark, isn't it? So it does absorb more light because it is a darker world than the other moons. It's not as reflective, Callisto. It's got an old cratered surface. There's not much on Callisto compared to the other Galilean moons. So yeah, Callisto in theory, a darker moon could absorb more heat for all we know. So yeah, could be. There we go, Ganymede. How are we doing here? Let's actually really run this a bit. So is Ganymede going to cool down? I mean, I did nerf it. So slowly but surely. Let's just reset it to 50. Let's see how it still increases from 50. Albedo, really? I'm surprised it's done that. Lower the infrared, maybe. That helped Ganymede out a bit, but yeah, there you go. So it's still in the high levels, but yeah, interesting. How are we doing at the other, to the prime two? Europa 41, okay. Io 50, I think. How is Io the coolest? The most volcanic, dangerous moon is the coolest of the Jovian moons, the Galilean moons. That is bizarre how the game has come up with that. Europa. Oh no, Europa is colder. Sorry, I thought Europa was higher for a sec. So even it's not that much colder though. So Europa. What atmosphere is built here? So 0.7 ATM. So I don't think that would do much for the life stat. I mean, it's not thick enough atmosphere-wise. But again, I'm not sure why it's necessarily. I mean, the sun is quite luminous, to be honest. Let's lower the infrared a bit. Help Europa out a bit. Let's also just cheekily increase the albedo a bit more. Just keep it in a little more of the fairer range. I mean, what's it? So it's in the green, yeah. So a bit of evolution time that hopefully should sort that out. Io 50 plus. I mean, I'm not. Io should be getting hot. So Io not modifying. Ganymede 60. Again, I'm just not sure I agree with that. But remember, the sun could in theory be past the range of the perfect position for the Jupiter system. So, you know, maybe this is being built past the prime of where the system should be. I mean, the sun stat is 115 currently. Callisto, 190. I mean, does it absorb that much? I don't know. I'm not so sure that's right. I mean, what do you think in the comments? Let us know. There you are. 4 ATM. I'm sorry. No. There's no way that would have 4. No, let's see how the game generates it now, since I removed a lot of that carbon and sulfuric stuff. So that'll hopefully calm the wild Callisto and its wild ideas down a bit. Ganymede, I think maybe the same with you. And what's Ganymede to? Oxygen and water. I mean, a lot of that water's atmosphere. There's liquid and ice still. It's a mystery how Ganymede is so hot, I think. What's its atmosphere currently? Surface. ATM. So it's not really anything major. I'll lower the infrared a bit more. There you are. So let's see how Ganymede sorts itself out. So a little bit of evolved time there. Still increasing. Very, very interesting. How are we doing at the others? So Io 54, Europa 42. So Europa's still in the higher range. Not really what I'd expect. But you know, for now, it has decent enough conditions. Callisto 200 plus. Yeah, Callisto's on its got a mind of its own, I think. That is a very, very interesting one. I'm going to wipe that out completely. There you go. Keep the water though. I mean, you know, could have some water under there, but reset it to 0 as well. I want to see how they do. Maybe I'll reset Ganymede to 0 as well. And then what's it contain? So water and oxygen again. Yeah, oxygen. Really? Again, I'm not sure that's necessarily quite right. Let's nerf a bit of that as well. But there you go. Europa. I mean, it's just a bit of hydrogen and oxygen. Make a bit of water. There you go. Okay, so while Jupiter's still doing stuff, let's move over to Saturn now. How are we doing over Saturn? So Saturn system's been running the entire time, so Titan's our main focus here. How is Titan doing around the red giant sun? Because you know, that atmosphere, in theory, should be warmer. It is. The best conditioned world here, potentially up for a very, very good time now. It's further from the sun than obviously the Jupiter system by a lot of distance, so in theory, Titan should be in a good position. What's the zone saying? It's saying the red. Has got a lot of you know, in theory Titan has got a lot of greenhouse effects, so may have to check in on that. And speaking of other worlds around, I think the only other world to really check out is probably Enceladus, the world of the frozen. But will it hold on to its water though? It's a small moon. It has got water on it, but you know, in theory, what's this? It says minus 72, but it doesn't have the atmosphere or greenhouse to really warm up Enceladus necessarily. So around Saturn, maybe a little harder to get the warmth. It doesn't have the greenhouse, and also I think that's really the same with a lot of Saturn's moons. Is Titan's going to be great with the greenhouse it has, but the other moons don't have atmospheres, so you know, they're just cold, airless rocks. So you know, they're not really gonna, unless you know, technically they could have hidden elements under them like the Jupiter moons do. But you know, 3 degrees at Iapetus. What's Iapetus got? Silicate and iron. It's just absorbed enough heat, I guess. Interesting. Hyperion. Titan, but yeah, Titan is our main focus of Saturn. There is really nothing that comes close to Titan around here. Let's see how it does with a couple of orbits. Get it warmed up. So there we go. So this simulation started in the year 2025. We're only in 2045 now, so you can see the dramatic changes of having a sun this powerful. So there we go. So Titan entering the positive temperatures. So looking good. 5 degrees. Let's see how well it goes. You know, it does have that big greenhouse. You can see the colour of Titan has changed. That's quite cool. Not so viewable here, but you can see the colour has changed. Let's look at underneath. There it is. So we should hopefully see some oceans of water appear. So again, we can do a bit of, let me just take off the, there you go, so we can actually see properly. So Titan, we'll keep this orange, keep it a nice orange colour for now. Maybe pale it out a bit. There you go. Just so we can see underneath for visual purposes. So there you go. So underneath the thick atmosphere of Titan, we've now got a world that hopefully will be warming up to quite a nice look. Clouds, how are we doing? No clouds. There we go. So there's some clouds on there. Yeah, Titan. 70, 80 plus. Woohoo! Yeah, we've really jumped the mark here. So maybe we need to lower the sun a bit. I mean, let's go to 105. Maybe a little nerf to the sun there. That'll help things out a bit. There you go. Still not. Titan's like, nope, still increasing. It does have that greenhouse stuff. I mean, hopefully that'll help the Jupiter moons. Where are we on the zone? So it's on the edge of the red, so I mean, it shouldn't be too crazy. But yeah, apparently its atmosphere is saying no to that. So where are we? 80 ATM, 5 layers. Let's lower the layers a bit, just to try and kick it a little better. So there we go. We'll just put it down to 2 or 1. There we go. Hopefully that'll help tighten out a bit more. Get it into the calmer temperatures. Oh yes, oh that really makes a difference, doesn't it? Oh yeah. Oh wow. 30 Celsius, is that more favourable? Yeah. 29, 28. Oh, is it going to stick? Ah. Okay. You can see the waters appearing on the surface as well on the top right side of the screen there, so looking good. 20. How hot does it go? So where's the zone saying now? So it's in the green. Yeah, it probably needs a little more than 1, doesn't it? Let's put it back to 2. And it warms up again. So yeah, that's roughly the sweet spot. Is 1, 2. Look at having 2 layers makes all the difference. Can we do 1.5? 40, 30 degrees. See how it copes there, eh? So the sun maybe not super luminous enough for it at that stat, but there you go. 18, 19, 17, 16. Bit more speed. How are we doing? Oh, so sticking around 12. Wow. So is that like the actual sweet spot? I mean, the different part of the orbit can be closer and further from the sun, so it may have some seasonal changes around Saturn's orbit. But there it is. So right now, Titan, nice warm oceanic world right now. Look at that. Yeah, good old Titan. Where's Saturn in the view? Where are we? Saturn? Ah, there it is. It's up there. Ah, very good. Obviously, no rings around Saturn at this point. Those rings are long gone at this point in the future. So yeah, no rings for the Saturnian system to enjoy anymore. So there you go. Nice view of Saturn. Let's go ahead and have a little surface or ocean view. I mean, a lot of its surfaces become oceans. So there you go. All those frozen water mountains. Where are we? There's Saturn in the distance. There's your sun. Decent view. There you go. Around Titan. Where's Saturn gone? There you go. Obviously hidden beneath the thick atmosphere as well. So the view of Saturn still not the easiest or not the best view out of all of these, because you still do have that atmosphere of Titan blocking you from getting the perfect view. But there is Saturn in the distance. Turn off all that stuff so you get a nice proper view of it. Saturn in the night sky. There you go. Should start to see a sunrise again in this side somewhere. There you go. There it is. Ooh, and there's your red giant. Very nice. There you go. Very, very cool. And I've lost Saturn's position. There you go. There it is. So Titan currently in a nice position there. So there we go. And Saturn minus 14 at Saturn. Where's Enceladus? That's the only other one I may have interest in. I mean, would Enceladus melt? Maybe we can have a bit of manual intervention. But it doesn't have the greenhouse. I mean, we can lower the albedo maybe. Is that? It has an atmosphere. Ooh, really? Turn the sea level up. Is that going to do much? There you go. So fully covered in ocean. There you go. So Enceladus. But this is one of the micro-sized objects. That's one of the small spheres, so it doesn't have a proper. It's not as customizable as the other objects. But there you go. So Enceladus has got liquid on its surface as well. I mean, it's not the most visible, but it is there. I mean, in the better camera, you can. I mean, we'll just make the water a bit of a nicer color, and you can see it properly there. So Enceladus. Oh, nice view of Saturn there. Let's check that out. Let's wait for it to go around a bit. Oh yes. Obviously, very close to the gas giant. One of the closer moons. Let's go and have a little peek on the surface here. And below it does have a little faint atmosphere, doesn't it? Yeah. It does, yeah. Very nice. Maybe more of a nicer colour would help. Thicker. You can see the difference. There you go. Eee. Alright, so Enceladus at this present time looking quite nice. So there you go. Obviously a thin atmosphere. And there's your parent planet view. There you go. Around Saturn. Oh yeah. Very nice. Hidden away. Oh, that's a cool view though. Look at that. Saturn, giant gas giant. Yeah. Be reflecting a lot of light back at Enceladus as well at that position. Also, Universe Sandbox doesn't necessarily do that with reflections like Space Engine does, but hopefully one day in the future that'll be a feature they add, because that'd be absolutely brilliant. There we go. Wrap for round 2 of the orbits around Saturn. Very nice. So yeah, Enceladus right now. Habitable moon. Well, I say habitable, liquefied moon. It's not habitable at the moment. Minus 79 average. Yeah, that's not quite warmed up. We did manually change it. There's Titan, the largest of them all. Yeah, 25. What a brilliant. Oh, it's got islands now. Hey, that's awesome. So Titan is in the perfect position at the moment. Yeah, that is awesome. There we go. Make it more of a. Oh yeah, that's a lot of red. Maybe it's a bit more. Yeah, that's a cool look, isn't it? The two-tone atmosphere on Titan, yeah. Somewhere around there. Let's maybe change it a bit. We want to lower it, don't we? Half that red and blue mix atmosphere. Yeah, that looks quite cool. There you go. So Titan, beautiful place to be right now. And that's a very nice view of Saturn. Let's have a little look on the surface now. So there's your sun. Saturn in the distance is there, looking good below the atmosphere. There it is. Nice. See the aura going around Saturn there? That's the sun. Nice. Saturn in the sky. It's a cool view. There you are. So Titan. Yeah, currently one of the best. So let's go ahead and line up everybody we got so far. So there we go. So radius mode. Looking great. Down to Titan. So there's your lineup. So the Earth, Mars, not so great. Ganymede is a full ocean world at 65 Celsius still. There's Titan looking great with its atmosphere. Callisto 277. Io 54. Europa 39. There's Triton. Oh, no, well, Triton. Well, I'm going to show you exactly what happens to Triton in this far future. Well, because Triton shouldn't even exist. It needs to be wiped out. There we go. Neptune. So, Triton, simple as that. All we need to simply do to Triton is basically do this. Press play. So, this far in the future, Triton's orbit would have been pulled in a bit closer to the Rouge limit of the mighty Neptune. So we're going to manually bring Triton in and watch the action unfold here, as there is no Triton. So there we go. So we should hopefully see some action any second now. Hopefully around. I mean, that's pretty close. How close you need to be? The Rouge limit of Neptune should be. Come on, Neptune, shred it. Get in there. There we go. Rotational period, orbital period. Get in there. There we go. How close do we need to be? Neptune needs to shred it. There we go. Around the distant, not so blue-looking gas giant at the moment. Come on, Neptune, you can do better than that. We may have to manually explode it, otherwise. Neptune's not gonna. Is Neptune not gonna give us what we want? Come on. It's so close. That's 17 masses of Earth right there. Come on. What is going on here? Oh, even closer then. Just literally shred it. Look how close we are to the ice giant. Come on. Should be getting torn to shreds. Well, that's it. So, where are we? Disable this. Triton. Maybe we'll put the... yeah, that's more like it. Yeah, now we can probably see. So, tools. Explode. And Triton is up for the kill. Bang. There you go. Triton torn apart by Rouge. So now we can see a ring system be generated around Neptune, hopefully, of some kind. So there you go. No more Triton. Now we get a nice funky new ring system, so there you go. There you are. So around the remains of Triton, build a new ring over a lot of time. Neptune, quite close to Neptune of course, because it was right on top of it, but there you go. So that would eventually build a nice ring system around the mighty giant. So there you go. Surrounded by the wreckage. Oh yes. So there we go. So we'll go ahead and manually sort of create them because the game didn't want to really do it for us. So we'll go with the, well, basically it'd be a Saturn-like system, wouldn't it? But then of course we'll lower this down. So it's probably half the size. Plop it around it. And it should be in there. We can't see it because of the particles. Add again, and there is a ring system around it. So there you go. Not so visible from the front, but the rings are there. So there we are. So let's go ahead and just go on the goggles. And there you are. So the wreckage of Triton. That's how Neptune should be. there ain't no rings. Oh, no, ain't no major moon here no more. So there you go. Simple as that. Ring system of Neptune. And as for the moons of Neptune, I mean, this distance is still nowhere near warm enough for Neptune moons to get any sort of temperature. So Neptune remains cold. So there you are. It's the distant giant. Still way too far away for the warmth at this present moment in the future. Same with Uranus, again, not really much going on here. Go on the orbits. I don't think any of these guys are really going to be in the temperature. We're still way too far from the sun at the moment. Umbriel, potentially. I have seen, you know, this one is a darker moon than the others, I believe, so this one in theory could be a little warmer than the others at this point. But yeah, there you go. So Uranian system remains cold as well. It's mainly Jupiter and Saturn. That's where all the good stuff is anyway. There isn't really habitable moons past Saturn that as we know of currently. I mean, Triton, if it ever did warm up, may have been quite nice, but it will never get there because it will be destroyed by Neptune first. So the only potential moon that far away is a big no-no. So there we are. But yeah, that's mainly probably everything. So Earth and Mars still wrecked. Jupiter system, of course, it is pretty nice at the moment. You've got the brilliant looking Europa at the moment, looking very, very good. Io, a world of very hellish conditions around Jupiter. Ganymede, 64, world of ice as well. Remember, we are probably a little bright for the Jupiter. The sun is probably a little too luminous for Jupiter's perfect habitability around the Jupiter system, because obviously I did it so we can include Saturn as well. But you know, for what we've got, I think that having the fact that we've got Jupiter's moons and Titan around Saturn habitable at the same time is pretty good. But Titan's atmosphere pressure does help with that. There's Callisto, which is just a hot rock with a faint atmosphere. There we go. So that maybe make more sense. So there you go. So they're all looking great. Of course, back to Saturn as well. Titan is your star of the show over there, looking very, very good. Enceladus as well, currently liquefied, but yeah, I'm not sure that would, in theory, last without us modifying it more. The other moons, it's got a good apertus, 3.1 Celsius there. But again, none of these guys have atmospheres or any sort of conditions that could really generate an atmosphere, so a lot of Saturn's moons will remain cold until the sun just gets crazy luminous. It'll just be mad. So there we go. So I'm going to go and prop in a save as well, because that is in the perfect position right now. But there is one more potential world. Obviously, beyond the orbit of Neptune. A world that we have seen many times in the videos when we've done like custom solar systems and stuff. Pluto never gets the chance to really warm up. It's always just too far away, and by the time the sun gets in range, the sun is about to become a planetary nebula anyway. So Pluto never really gets its chance to truly become a world that could melt down one day. So Pluto forever will be in the cold, dark abyss. For the view from Pluto, red giant sun still looks pretty cool. Get a little cheeky view from Pluto. There you go. And there you are on the surface of Pluto. So the red giant sun, probably about the size the sun is, around the size the sun is from Earth or Venus in the current day, probably. Yeah. There you go. For the red giant sun. Yeah. But there we go, everybody. That does it for this video. So hopefully you enjoyed it. Let me know, what did you think of, the potential future solar system around the gas giants? Colonise moons. Well, I say colonise. All I did was just customise them a bit and get them to potential temperatures they could be. But yeah, what did you think? Let me know down below in the comments. Again, this is all theoretical somewhat, so take it with a grain of salt as well. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed it for the customization experience. So yeah, let's see if we can go for 100 likes on today's video as well, guys. If you enjoyed it as well, make sure to press that subscribe button. Help us on a journey to 50,000 subscribers, as we're getting closer and closer by the day. We're under 1,000 or under 2,000 subscribers away now. I think we're around 1,700 off the top of my head. So yeah, we're getting closer and closer. Our goal is to try and get it by the end of the year. That'd be absolutely amazing, and probably quite the New Year's present as well. So that'd be hopefully amazing. So make sure to press that subscribe button. Really helps on the journey. I really appreciate all your support as always, everyone. It means the world. It's absolutely amazing. And yeah, let me know. Like I said, let me know your feedback down below in the comments. How do you think I did with this potential future? But yeah, as always, everyone, make sure you have a great day out there. Stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.